Well, hello. Yep. Well, as y'all know, or maybe not know, I am the venomous viper, and no longer the wiper. So don't even start with that.
It is the wiper
And
at all times,
no,
sucker. That is
no,
it.
well, nope. Don't think so. But
Oh man.
anyway, I'm happy to be here with K Mega, and let's talk about some stuff because it's been a while. And
Yeah.
yeah, let's talk about the pisser.
Oh my God.
Let's talk about the PS5 Pro and some other stuff, even about Xbox and Miss Sarah Bond and how she and Phil Spencer couldn't get along at first.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. What's going on? Sorry that I'm late though. It was my fault. I came and Husky was in here for a hot minute, but then yet I Husky said he was only gonna be here for about 10 minutes and he says if you start at 2:30 and I was like, oh yeah, we got it. And then OBS crashed on me and then I was like, yucks. But anyway, well, we're here.
So now we know whose fault it really is, huh?
Yeah, it was the venomous one. Anyway, no, it was my fault. It was my fault. It's not always my fault, but sometimes it usually is. But I think I was doing too many things too quick at all at the same time. So it was just kind of like my PC was like, what are you doing? Because I haven't done this without, I've been lately since I've been doing my thought videos, it's usually by myself, but I'm here to sit here and break it down. And like I said, anybody's invited to come on through, you know what I'm saying, and we can have a conversation. I'll be doing these once a week. If it's really big news that drops, I'll be doing it, multiple times a week or whatever. And then if it's like a really crazy thing, then yeah, I'll go ahead and send the bat signal and say, look, let's do a GRG or whatever. But before we have our last show in December. But other than that,
GRG forever.
oh yeah, GRG for life, man. You know what I'm saying? It's
For life.
for life, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. But it's but anyway, yeah, when I made my thumbnail last night, it was from the information that there was the speculation that Assassin's Creed Shadows could potentially be delayed. And of course, we got that information earlier today that it is going to be delayed until February 14th, which is Valentine's Day. You know what? I'm actually putting in a sigh of relief because uh I was like, man, I forgot about how many games was coming out, and then of course that I needed to get I needed to get some passports for me and my wife for when we go on our trip in December. And so I was like, oh snap! And so I was like, well, I had to cut back on something. So I was like, it ain't gonna be Assassin's Creed, but it was gonna be maybe Metaphor. And so because I got to get Sparking Zero, so I was just kind of like, and I already picked up and I just picked it up this morning, but I haven't got a chance to play it yet with the uh, um, Chaos Reigns for the Mortal Kombat the expansion, and so I'll be playing that for sure tomorrow night for Fight Night, and then getting through and seeing what's going on with that, playing with the new characters and all that other stuff, and then I got to go back and play Street Fighter because I've already had the expansion for that. But I haven't played Street Fighter in so long. So yeah, I'm trying to get acclimated back into doing all this other stuff. And then I'm gonna stream tonight Warhammer. So yeah, so Warhammer, I'm gonna be streaming Warhammer 2 tonight, and then tomorrow I'm supposed to be doing something with Lemon. He's gonna have a podcast of some sort, and then I'll do Fight Night, and then I'll get back to doing Wukong. Another playthrough with Wukong or whatever. So I'm going to stay busy. It's just, what I'm saying, just doing different things. But other than that, with the Assassin's Creed situation, it's a good thing because I'm never mad about delays, And then there was some things that I seen that our brother Still Rain was pointing out about a couple of choppy animations here and there on the assassinations. I've seen some other people bringing up some other things about this, putting in the sword didn't even look like it was going into the sheath or whatever. And so I was like, okay, that's fine. It just needs some touch ups. But this whole illusion that because of the new Ghost game that coming out, that they should. No, I just think that they realized that there's just too many games that's just coming out at that time. I mean, from the end of September, I would say from the end of August on down, it's just pure chaos. Even you got games that's leaking into December, and December used to be like the kind of like the no man's land for games, So it's like, well, if you drop a game in December, that means you just really don't care, right? So, but now we got Indiana Jones that's going to be dropping, and other titles that's going to be dropping in December. So I don't know, Viper, what's your thoughts about the delay? Do you feel like there's any type of fear coming from Ubisoft, or is it just the right move, the right decision?
Honestly, I think there's a little bit of fear.
Okay.
Because, all right, how much backlash did they get on the reveal? That we already knew about. Everybody talking about the DEI, this, and why is there a black person in Japan, and why is there a female character? Why can't you have Japanese people playing in a Japanese game? I'm like, oh my God, please, Lord, not again.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess they're afraid. Ubisoft is afraid. And I think that's that's one reason for the delay. But also, let's look carefully. We've got new hardware coming out in terms of the PS5 Pro. I don't think that they got access to the dev kits for PS5 Pro yet. So
okay, that makes sense.
they're probably trying to optimize it, and they're like, okay, we can't optimize it fast enough to get the things that we need out of this. And so they may have Xbox Series X and S already completed. They may have the regular PS5 completed, but I think what they're doing is they're taking the extra time to optimize for the PS5 Pro. And since the PS5 Pro is coming in November, what was the original release date for this? Do you remember?
The 10th or the 11th of October.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if that was their original release date, remember they had PS5, Series X, Series S, and PC. Now they got another SKU to deal with PS5 Pro.
Wow.
So they need these extra months to optimize for that. Now I can guarantee you, they try to optimize for PS5 Pro using PSSR, trying to get it to 4K 120 or 4K 60 using PSSR and having ray tracing in it. I can guarantee if they optimize for that, they're going to further optimize for the other stuff. So Series X and S and PS5 and the PC, you probably are not going to see any issues with that because they're optimizing for PS5 Pro. So that's where I think that this is headed, and that's probably the reason for the delay. As a matter of fact, because this is coming out in November, I can see other games being pushed back because they need time to optimize for the PS5 Pro.
What's coming out in November?
Oh God, I don't remember. I mean, I do know that Call of Duty is still coming out October.
Yeah.
Oh,
don't worry about it. But yeah, no, there's a lot of games coming out in November too. Yeah, so no doubt
right.
about it. Yeah.
But if they're trying to get PS5 Pro optimizations, sometimes they can say, okay, we can hold off from delivering these and just say, here, PS5 Pro optimization, everything comes out completely polished and finished because we were able to optimize for PS5 Pro. And then because of that optimization, we can actually optimize for the other ones too.
Yeah.
So there is no day one brokenness if you delay it.
Yeah.
Which I kind of agree. You don't need to pop it out that quickly because it's already stacked this holiday. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I and that's why I looked at it as well as like, listen, it's around tax time. So that's another time like people will have extra money to spend if there's a game that they may want in December I'm sorry, in February, like, oh, I see this game, but then you got your income tax money, so then you can go ahead and buy maybe 2 or 3 games that at that point in time. So it is
Well, yeah.
smart. It is smart. And listen, it is a bloodbath at the end of the year now. There's so much. It's getting to the point to where it's kicking in to where July, because it used to be to where, oh my goodness, like from tax time to maybe April, you got some games that's coming out. They go away. Kind of Sony kind of started that situation. Sony and Nintendo kind of put it in place to where they want to put their games there around that time, which I always thought that was smart. Then you kind of have that kind of dull time, that slow time, and then you might get a game or two, a sleeper hit that's around July or maybe August. But then when you hit August, you have Madden. Then you got NBA 2K in September, and then you got and in September it can be hit or miss on what kind of content. But then you have October on it, October and November, and then of course then you got Christmas time in December, and people aren't really buying anything because they've already bought everything after Black Friday and all the other stuff. So, but now it's like hell because college football comes out in July now. You got games that's starting to come out in June, all the way to now December, and then you have a break in mid December to mid or late January, and then they start, and then February to April or February to May. It's a gauntlet then. So it's almost kind of like you only have like 3 months within the year to have a break to just enjoy some kind of content. And especially if you buy games like we do, then it's always kind of like, damn. So I'm not mad about it, especially when they're going to work on the game or whatever. And then the information came out about Star Wars. Star Wars underperformed. It came out at a bad time. I mean, you had Madden, NBA, it's in between Madden, NBA 2K, Wukong came out. Black Myth Wukong came out around that time. Warhammer is a hit. That came out around at the same time. It just wasn't feasible because it didn't have enough. You would think that they would get namesake, but because you have grifters, then you have people that just have this disdain for Ubisoft or whatever, and because they haven't got a Splinter Cell or whatever the hell they may be wanting from them, and then this and that and the third. It just was not the right place and the right time. That Star Wars game should have been, I felt, a November, December title. I would not have put that game in October, or you could have put it in late September. But I don't
earlier, like in.
I don't think it was ready early enough. But yeah, it could have been done.
Well, see, my whole thing is this: they need to. All these companies, all these video game companies, publishers and developers, they need to coordinate with each other and say, hey, I'm going to bring my game out this time. When are you going to bring your game out? When are you going to bring your game out? How about this? Every single month of the year, January through December, find a spot that is so weak and bring out your game. It is you back end everything at the end of the year. You got September, October, November, December. People cannot do that. You need to spread this damn thing out. You got to have January all the way through December. Make it 2 hit titles every month from different publishers and developers. And you will more likely have everybody buying your games because now they're going to say, okay, we've got this here, we've got this here, got that there. Here's this month, all the way through till the end of the year. Every single month, you should have something major coming out.
Yeah. No, I mean that it just makes sense. So if you're gonna, and we understand that these games are costing so much more money and there's bigger risks and not as much reward. But it's really mostly about placement. I mean, I don't understand how, because I guess maybe these people, they read what other people are saying on the internet and they tend to act like the sports games don't matter. And every year, what's in the top 5?
They buy them all the time.
Yeah, FIFA, Madden, NBA 2K. And then there's going to be those people that's going to get hockey, and there's going to be those people that get that's going to get MLB The Show, which
Yep.
MLB The Show. Yeah, so I mean, so again,
Oh wait a minute. MLB The Show is always in April, right?
yeah.
So now you're looking at April time frame for Assassin's Creed. You're going up against MLB The Show now.
Well, Assassin's Creed's coming
So
out in February.
I thought it was coming out April. I'm sorry.
No, it's coming out
Jesus.
February 14th. It's coming out on Valentine's Day.
Okay.
So yeah, it'll be fine on that end. The issue is, and it is just like the issue is just the placement of where you really want to put that big game. Now, a game like Wukong, it's one of those games that can do, because it had a lot of buzz from the very beginning. Star Wars, it had a little bit of buzz in the beginning, but then you had grifters and you had people that just wanted to shit on Ubisoft for all whatever reason that they may want to shit on them for, and that's what you get. So again, and the Star Wars game is not bad at all. I haven't beat it, of course, but it's not bad. Now it's buggy. But a patch will fix that. I mean, hell, there's so many games that comes out buggy that it's almost practical now these days. But the story is good. The characters are good. The game is solid. It's just that, I think it's also pricing too. When you're asking $134 for the Shut Up Ultimate Edition, and then these $70 price tags, look, people aren't willing to risk it all, especially when you look and you see, man, Tekken is right. I mean, I'm sorry, Tekken. A Mortal Kombat expansion is right around the corner. Shattered Space is right around the corner. It comes out here in a couple of days.
Next week. This week or next week?
I think it's. I'm going to just say next week. It might be this week. I think it's at the 28th or something like that. So if it's the 28th,
that's next week. Yeah,
that's next week. Yeah. But it's right around the corner. Then you got people that went ahead and earlier this summer that went ahead and bought Street Fighter. They bought the Street Fighter expansion. Again, they got Madden. You got people that get FIFA. You get people got Wukong. People got Warhammer. You should have seen the buzz. I don't know how some of these people don't see the buzz. I know that these things are really it's catch and go. It's touch and go. I mean, but it's really kind of crazy to me because you just have to read the temperature in the room. If your game is getting hate, then it's like, okay, let's make sure that this game is going to be completely solid, and then we'll make sure that we'll bring it out at the right time. Assassin's Creed, I think what's happened with Star Wars is what's going to save Assassin's Creed, in my opinion, because of the fact of them delaying it. Because again, you got Metaphor, you got Sparking Zero, you got Call of Duty dropping. You have a couple of Nintendo games dropping. You have
Indiana Jones.
No, Indiana Jones come out in December. Comes out.
Yeah,
December.
but it's still that time frame where it's like
it's still in that time frame. Yeah, then you're gonna have Unknown 9 if anybody's interested in that. Then you're gonna have a ton of. I read a list off last week of how many games that's going to be coming out in October alone. But then when you just put in from October to December, it's crazy. And it's just, what I'm saying? Like, I mean, and these games are $70 to $120, $100. I'm saying? It's nuts. So yeah, people just can't.
People spend all that money this holiday.
Yeah. It's really nuts. Yeah. So and then. Husky's over here saying like it's it's coming right before Monster Hunter Wild, which so I mean Assassin's Creed sell, right? But I just felt like if the game is going to get scrutinized regardless of wherever the bullshit is. Now we'll be talking about State of Play, and then we'll definitely be talking about the new Ghost games. That's getting scrutinized now. It's just whatever. But it's crazy to me that it's now where these people where these companies have to find the proper place to put these games. Because I mean, look at what happened with Concord. I mean, we already looked at Concord and was like, you know what I mean? But you did think that there would be some kind of life and it would be sustained. It had no chance. It had no chance. It had none. So
they told us from the beginning that everybody that saw Concord for the first time. Like, I'm not talking about the jiggly hamburger. I'm talking about the very first gameplay reveal of it earlier this year. All PlayStation fans said, "This ain't it. This ain't it."
Right.
And they told them from the get-go, "This ain't it." And they still went ahead and released it. Now, whose fault is that? You need to read the room, like you said before. Read the damn room.
Yeah. You got to read. You got to. And Fahim, you said this is the one game you don't delay. No, you do delay it. If you feel like this game is not going to get the numbers that you are expecting or close to it, and maybe the pre-orders wasn't hitting, I don't know. Like the pre-orders in the beginning for that first week, they bragged about, like, yeah, look at these and then after that it just, but because of what happened, like I guess these people, they ain't paying attention that college football was going to not was I guess that's what I'm saying. Like it almost seems to me that a lot of people look at what people say on the internet when reality is right in your face. Listen, sports games are in the top 5, top 10 every year. So you have to account for those. You're not going to budge those people, no matter how dope those games are. That's why you don't see a God of War or a Last of Us new title, maybe a remaster, but not a new title, dropping during the sports game seasons. You just don't do it. It's almost asinine. Wukong was special. Warhammer is special. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's just special. But at the end of the day, when people are over here saying, well, okay, I want to play this Wukong and I maybe want to play this Warhammer, but I'm going to get my Madden or I'm going to get my NBA 2K, or I'm going to get my FIFA. So that's already two to three games that they may get for their year. And then that's it. You know what I'm saying? So, and Star Wars is assed out. And then when you go into October, Call of Duty is and I forget about Diablo. The new expansion for Diablo is dropping.
Yeah.
Cooked.
Yeah.
Cooked. And then listen, I'm not saying that Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero is going to be a world beater, but it's going to get sales. It's going to get sell.
It's going to get sales. It's going to get sales because the death of the creator is obviously going to get sales because of that. Right. But to talk about Fahim, he is saying that people was hyped for this game. Okay, yeah, me and K Mega and everybody in the Black community was hyped for Assassin's Creed Shadows. But don't forget, there was a lot of hate for it too. Don't forget the people who were talking about, the DEI stuff and why is there a black man in Japan? Why, this is not a real person. Oh, they're talking about trying to base it in reality when this is supposed to be fake. And all of the negativity that was happening, not everybody was hyped for this game. Maybe black folks was hyped for it because they finally see somebody that represents them in an Assassin's Creed game besides Bayek. Bayek was awesome. Come on now. Let's call it like it is.
Yep.
But the fact is, you finally have an actual black man that is representing in Assassin's Creed. And yes, we still are excited.
Oh yeah, I'm still getting the Shut the Hell Up edition, which is the statue and all that. Because I was over here like, I might have to wait on the statue. I'm getting the game, but I'm like, because
the fact that it's delayed, you got some more money for it, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So it fits right in my budget. So I'm happy about it. Like, okay, and so now I can swing to get Metaphor. So I'm like, because Metaphor had to be the odd man out. And so now I can get Sparkling Zero, and then I will when I get paid again, I'll go ahead and I'll get Metaphor. So and then that's it. Like, because everything else I got to get ready and prepare for the trip and other things too. Mm-hmm. So you know what I'm saying. So you know what I'm saying. I got to So it's budget time. You got Christmas coming up and all that other stuff. So it's a wild time for that. But I'm not mad about it because I feel delays are mostly 95% of the time work for games. I mean, Redfall was the exception. Well, in a sense, right? Because Redfall, just think about what Redfall would have been if it didn't get delayed. So, so that would have been a whole different thing. That would have been a whole different can of worms. So So yeah, but I mean, there's a few exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, when games get delayed, it's usually a positive sign. So, and I do feel
But
the Assassin's Creed is going to sell, but then now where you're going to have this comparison between Assassin's Creed and then what is it, Ghost of Yuturi or whatever, how you say it,
Yotai.
Yotai. So yeah. So it is whatever it is. So, but that's fine. Assassin's Creed can speak for itself. I have no doubt in my mind that Assassin's Creed Shadows is not going to be great. It's going to be fantastic, and I have no doubt that Ghosts of Utah is not going to be great. You know what I'm saying? So I think both games are going to be great, but they're going to be in different set pieces, and we'll get to see, and we'll finally get to see what some quality stuff and from showing some stuff from feudal Japan. I think that's wicked. But yeah, no, it's pretty wild. But okay, let's move on. Oh, go ahead.
What Fahim said right there about Star Wars should be pushed back till Christmas. Okay,
yeah,
this is one thing I'm going to agree with you.
Yeah,
the Star Wars definitely should have been pushed back till around Christmas, maybe January. Or how about this? You push both games out, and then make sure that they're properly optimized for all consoles and PC. Make sure there are no bugs, no day one patches, because I'm tired of day one patches. I know everybody else is.
Yeah.
So how about you optimize your games properly? Make sure day one there is no patch. There's no need for a damn patch because you got to do your job properly and release a full-fledged product. So maybe push them both back. Make sure that they're both working properly. Make sure that you got all the bugs ironed out. Make sure everything is done. And then you release the damn game. But obviously they don't want to because all of that money for the investors. So yeah.
We're starting to see that the money hats are failing a lot of these games.
Yes.
The money hats, and I said this years ago when I made a video back in 2014, 2015, basically when it really started, you start seeing the corporations started to make the bigger decisions on things than the people that care about the gaming. I did that. I said eventually it'll get to a point to where corporations is going to start failing us because of the fact of they're going to be pushing too many games out. Not too many games, but they're going to be pushing out broken games. They're going to be making investments on half-ass games and things like that, and trying to cheat us. And we're here. We've been here, but now it's even getting more chaotic because I get it because there's so much money that can be invested into the gaming space, but it's cannibalizing itself because once you raised up that $10 extra, like to some people, when some of those people was making no excuses, it's only $10 extra. That $10 extra go a long way if you are a person that buys multiple games within the year. Like if you are a person that buys anywhere from 5+ games a year, that extra $10 adds up, especially if you are a person that buys ultimate editions or deluxe editions or collector's editions. That extra $10 adds up and it makes you cut back. So, so yeah, no, that's one of the things that's crazy. He said Eric Young. Yo, he said Eric Young. What up?
I'm done with him. With ass.
Oh man. All right. So let's move on. And let's talk about and we'll talk about state of play here in a hot second. As you see, I'll replay the whole thing again. But I want to kind of touch on something with the console burnout. Like to me, I feel like because you was just talking about the PlayStation Pro and that it was pushing Gran Turismo in 8K, of course, with the PSSR.
No, the pisser.
Stop it. Which is, I think it's going to be great technology for PlayStation, but if it's playing natively with ray tracing, that bad boy is going to be pushing what? 1440p?
So according to them, and I was watching before you got on, I was watching Digital Foundry. I didn't get through the full hour of it, but I know F1 2024 and Gran Turismo, they're doing ray tracing on track.
Yeah.
They're doing 4K 60 sometimes pushing 4K
There's
120.
already a racer
But
that's doing that, by the way. Okay, but go ahead, continue.
yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
yeah, yeah.
But they are using the pisser to get it
Uh,
up to 4K. Hey, because Sony's pissing on they fan base anyway with that
oh
damn
boy, you
price. But
disrespectful. See, I forgot about how disrespectful you are. Anyway, continue, sir. Continue.
but the fact is that they are at 14, according if I remember correctly, because it's I know for Gran Turismo it's around that 1150 mark, but they do say that they're doing 4K 60 with ray tracing. They're using and if it's on a 4K screen it'll be 4K 60, but using 1440p with the PSSR going up to 4K. Then if you like me, I have an 8K TV. If you got this thing connected to an 8K TV, it's gonna be pushing it out to 8K.
Okay.
So what's gonna happen is
Fake
it's going
8K,
from
but it's 8K.
fake
Yeah.
and
Fake
fake 8K, yes,
Yeah.
but it's going from 1440p
Mm-hmm.
PSSR to 4K, and because it's detecting the 8K screen, it's doing PSSR again
Yeah.
to 8K. So you're not really getting a sharp image. You're getting a sharp enough image, but it ain't sharp like 8K, actual 8K image.
Right.
So it will output it at 8K 60 on an 8K screen, but it's being already upscaled twice from 1440p.
Right.
And I'm like,
yeah.
Jesus, $700 to $700 base for that. And then of course, if you get the disk drive and the stand, it's $800. But still, come on now.
Okay, so that's what I was going to ask you, and I'm going to ask people in the chat as well. Like, I mean, how many of you guys are going to buy the PlayStation Pro? And for you, Viper, does it justify that $700 price tag? Because like what Fahim is saying, he's absolutely right. It is the PSSR, as you call it, something else.
I'm gonna piss on you.
I won't disrespect it yet. I won't disrespect the PSSR yet. I will not. I will if we find out more and more information, and that is it. You know, because there are some people out here that's trying to make a comparison about the PSSR being in the same wavelength of what NVIDIA is doing, and NVIDIA has had way more time with what they're doing with
DLSS.
AI tech, with DLSS and all that. So stop that. But it is doing its job. And is it worth that $700 plus price, in your opinion? Because that's what we're paying. That's what anybody that's going to buy the PlayStation Pro is for that technology.
Okay, so originally, before they announced the price, I was going to get a PS5 Pro originally, because I was like, PS5 is not where I wanted it to be, because of the fact that, remember, we all talked about 5 even came out. We knew that it was a 9.2 teraflop machine, and they are overclocking that bitch. They overclocked it tremendously. I mean, the shit was overheating. You had so many chips that were failing at the beginning. So we all knew this wasn't it for the PS5. I was saying, let me wait till PS5 Pro. Now that PS5 Pro is out, or not, it's not out yet, but now that they announced it, and I see that, first of all, you didn't change the CPU. You added a bigger GPU, which fine, okay, cool. You added a bigger GPU, but you should have changed the CPU as well. Because what you're doing now is you're still using the same technology from where you were having the, what was that, the shifting, where it was basically, it wasn't a static clock speed for the GPU and the CPU. Basically, it would fluctuate. So if the GPU was overperforming, the CPU would drop. If the CPU was overperforming, the GPU would drop. And so it was trying to balance each other out that way. And it wasn't it wasn't bright. And so now that they've got this newer GPU, they're still using the same technology in terms of trying to balance each other out, and the CPU hasn't changed. So I'm trying to think that, hey, what would happen if something's GPU intensive or CPU intensive? Is the GPU going to kick in when the CPU can't handle it, or is the CPU going to kick in when GPU can't handle it? There's still a bottleneck. And that right there told me, oh no, I can't do this. And yes, you got AI technology to do the upscaling, but remember that's FSR4 that they've got. They just renamed it the PSSR. And here's the thing: AMD is going to provide that FSR4 to Xbox as well. So you're going to see FSR4 on Xbox titles, and it will have the same effect as PSSR on the PS5 Pro. So is it worth the $700? Hell the no. Okay, so it's not worth it. The fact is, AI upscaling can be done in software as well. And so you don't need the hardware that much to do it. Now, granted, hardware does help out, but Microsoft is going to have that stuff available at when AMD announces, hey, FSR4 is going to be available too.
Right.
So
I mean, and Microsoft does have machine learning. They have, they have the in DirectX 12. So
exactly.
So they do have AI technology to some degree. I think, I don't know if ML, if the machine learning is considered to be AI. I don't think so, but it has their own type of learning capability.
It's the same machine learning that's in NVIDIA.
Okay.
Microsoft,
All right.
so all of Microsoft's DirectX 12 Ultimate Machine Learning, that's already in NVIDIA DLSS.
Okay. All
so
right. Well, see, okay, that makes sense.
If they're taking that and they're going to incorporate it with FSR4, hello, they've already got it available in the Series X and S. It's just that developers got to implement that stuff and use the damn tools like they're supposed to.
Right. And so here we go with that situation where some games will, like if they don't use the tools, then when you have a comparison of a game that may be on multiple consoles and it runs better on PlayStation than it does Xbox, well, did they utilize the tools? Well, no, they didn't. So really it goes by Xbox first party and what they do. And so when you can see the power of what they do, it's, it's really crazy. But anyway, that's where my point goes to where, I talk about that. But that's why I was bringing about this part about is the consoles becoming burnt out? Is there a burnout of the console? Because the PlayStation Pro, the PlayStation 5 Pro is not going to sell worth a damn. I don't see it. I will come on here and eat the crow if I'm wrong, but the PlayStation 4 Pro didn't sell well. I don't think that this is going to do any better. Just because of the price. I mean, the technology is there. I think that part is great, but it's just more and more articles that I'm seeing is where they're saying, like, look, it's better for me just to keep my PlayStation 5. I'm seeing Yobi here as most positive people in the gaming space. He's over here like, look, I got my PlayStation 5 in the living room. I'm perfectly fine with it. I think that's where a lot of people will be. And this is where the problem was when I was saying that, look, PlayStation is going to pretty much cannibalize themselves unless they drop the PlayStation 6 many years. Now we're talking about 4 years from now. So if the rumors is that they're going to drop in like the PlayStation 6 in 2028, and then if the rumors are true about Xbox dropping their new console in 2026, Xbox has a 2-year advantage because the games that they'll be pumping out in 2 years when PlayStation is dropping their new console, that would be insane. Like, I mean, like, yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like, and then during that period in time, if people are like, well, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and get this Pro because Xbox got their new console and I don't want to hear this garbage about the Xbox is better and blah, 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 the third, whatever. So they'll get the Pro, and then here you go with, let me reset this back. Yeah, we're back. And then you go back and then you're saying, well, damn, you know what I mean? Like, all right, there we go. Oh, I didn't press play. And so then you got and so then you're gonna be looking at like, hold up, like, wait a minute, why you're just gonna drop a PlayStation 4, I mean a PlayStation 6 here when I've already bought the Pro because the Pro may have decreased a small bit, and then you're gonna have people that's gonna wait to get the PlayStation 6. So I don't know. It just don't make any sense to me. I know why they're doing it, but I think Microsoft is really, really smart not to bring out a Pro version of anything. Just bring out their
No, they already have their Pro version. Microsoft already got their Pro version with the X. So they said already, we're doing the two SKU approach where you have the weaker version, and then you've got the so-called Pro model. And so Microsoft had already thought of this at the beginning. That's why they said we're not bringing out a Pro console because we already got the Pro console in the X. Plain and simple.
It just don't make any sense to me. Like, why would you even come close to one in the? I don't know. Like that's just my whole thing with me. If I don't, and wouldn't that drive some PlayStation gamers to just say, look, I'm going to give me a PC. I'm going to build a PC because at this point, the 50 series is going to be out, and then the 40 series is going to drop down in price.
Yep.
And if somebody doesn't want an NVIDIA, then they will get an AMD card. And so, so then again, and then like and then PCs becoming more and more easier to work with. It still has its hiccups. Don't get that twisted, but it's a lot more easier than what it was 10 years ago. So again, I'm just looking at this situation and I'm just saying, I get it, but I don't. If the price was, this is the whole point right here. If the PlayStation 5 was at this point where I think it should be, just like with the Series X, at like $300 to $350, because these consoles usually depreciate after 4 years of being on the market, and then you charge $500, $550 for the Pro. I'm saying, okay, I might think about getting that. But
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? But because because again, then you're going to have people that's going to still buy PlayStations. Then you're saying like, oh man, this is the top of the line PlayStation. Let me go ahead and get that for $550. $700. That's a whole man. You make a $700 investment on something, you're gonna hold on to that shit for a while. You know what I'm saying? You invest into a $700 piece of technology. Most people are going to hold on to that thing until that thing burns out. So
hold on, wait. The fact is, you're saying people are going to hold on to it till it burns out. But here's the thing. Before PS5 Pro even came out, what did they say? Oh, we talked about PlayStation 6 and how Intel lost out on the bid because AMD is now working on stuff for PlayStation 6 because we are focused on backwards compatibility. Oh, now you focus on backwards compatibility? Right. You focus on the PlayStation 6? Your ass has not released the PlayStation 5 Pro yet. Hello, give people time. And you're still charging $700?
Yeah.
Come on.
Now, how much do you think that the PlayStation 6 is going to cost? Or, you know what I'm saying?
900,
bro.
900,
bro.
Now, and that's without a disc drive. Come on, 900 without a disc drive.
Now let me tell you this: the PlayStation, the 30th edition, that shit's hot. That's a nice, clean setup. That is a fantastic looking setup. That's the first time that I ever looked at the PlayStation 5 anything attractive. That's a fantastic looking setup. Other than I've seen some people had some really cool blades for custom blades for their PlayStation 5. But no, just for them for a that custom $1,200? Nah, man. Nah. That they wildin'. They are wilding. And what did you tell me earlier? Like when me and you and Husky was in here earlier about what some of the PlayStation fans are saying about Xbox is Xbox fault?
Oh yeah, they were saying because there wasn't enough competition from the Xbox that they caused Sony to go up in price. I'm like, oh hell no. The fact is just like oh wait, I said I was going to do it this way. In the words of Hasuke Hokage,
Yeah.
and I quote, "It's Sony being Sony,"
Yeah.
because they were doing this back in the PlayStation 3 when they told you
Yeah.
you needed to have 2 jobs in order to pay for PlayStation 6. I mean, excuse me, who the hell are you to tell me I need to get 2 jobs just to pay for your console?
And people said, "Well, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get this Xbox over here, and then we're gonna get
Exactly.
this. We're gonna get this Wii U. I mean, the Wii. It wasn't the Wii U. It was the Wii. Yeah, no, nobody
Yeah.
wasn't feeling that. So, and I feel the same way. That's why. So, I hope you did clip it, and then we can play this back
Mm-hmm.
years later for him, and then when I'm having a my thoughts discussion or something like that, and then we can like, oh, whatever happened to the PlayStation Pro, the PlayStation 5 Pro? And I hope you still have that clip, and I'm pretty sure you'll have that deleted because you know the truth is there. That thing is not going to sell like that. Listen, let me read what Husky said. He says go look at what comes in the bundle for the PlayStation 5 30th edition. That bundle's about to be oh no, I already seen that it's $1,200. It's not. It's over. It's not. It's not
So-
1,000. It's like $1,200 that I was reading from people that said that they know the price. Now I'm just going by for what I've seen, and I think these people are pretty reputable that I talked with, but it's definitely 1,000 plus, no doubt about it.
What's in it? Is it PSVR 2, PS5 Pro, or PS Slim? And
I don't think
the Portal
VR,
as well?
I don't think the VR is with it. I think it's 2 controllers. It's a control. It's a control like a charging kit for the controllers. You get that little handheld thing, the portable.
The Portal. The dual edge one. The
bigger, yeah.
Okay, the dual edge, the dual sense.
Yeah.
The Portal. And then it's either PS5 Slim or PS5 Pro. So
it's the PS5 Pro.
Oh,
yeah.
There's no PS5 Slim?
No, I think it's just the Pro.
Oh.
So you know that so I mean it's clean, but that's too clean for my blood. That's what I'm saying. Like it almost seems that the console space are trying to push certain gamers to only having one console or pushing them to PC. So people can get ready for, or mobile, or, however that they want a game. It doesn't have to necessarily be PC. It could be mobile. It could be something else. But, because these prices are ridiculous. I mean, as a person who loves consoles and will always love consoles, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that there might be, I think that there's some burnout because listen, the console war aspect, it's already done. Nintendo and PlayStation, when it comes to the sales of the consoles, are the dominant ones. Xbox got close one time, the other times, no, they're not going to be nowhere in the contention with those two. We get it. We know it. I've said it. But Xbox is going to be and I've said this and I'll keep saying this in every video, will be the market leader.
Going to be the market leader.
It will be the market leader. They will be the top publisher out and dictate the market. Trust that. The only thing that with me is that if Xbox being the market leader, if they do very, very well, will they still want to compliment those console gamers? Because it max, you'll see 30 to 50 at the max of people who will buy a console, which I think that's nothing to sneeze at. But it's capped at 50. It ain't going to go no higher than that. Because just to see how the climate is. PlayStation, they're performing lower than what the PlayStation 4 did. The PlayStation 4 sold fantastic, but will the PlayStation 5 outsell the PlayStation 3? It should, but it ain't. And if it does, I don't think it's going to be by much.
No, you're talking about will it outsell PlayStation 2?
No, nothing will catch no PlayStation will ever catch the PlayStation 2 ever again. No PlayStation will ever catch the PlayStation 2. So you have to talk about the PlayStation 4 being the closest.
Yeah.
And then right now, the way that the PlayStation 5 is selling, it's selling, but it's not selling nowhere near what the PlayStation 4 was. And what you're looking at is that if PlayStation has to use the portable and the Pro as their barometer, saying, look how many PlayStations is sold, and you're still not catching the PlayStation 4, that's a troubling sign. And that's why I'm saying, like, even for us old heads that cares about consoles, I think the reality is starting to set in. Is like, because I'm seeing more and more people, and I'm not here trying to promote saying PC is king and God, and this is where you need to be. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I'm seeing more and more and more and more people saying, I think I'm just going to go ahead and look into a PC. I think I'm finna look into a PC. I think I'm finna look at, because if you're going to sit here and charge for something that looks great, that PlayStation 30th edition, anniversary edition, and it's going to be $1,200, anywhere from $1,000 to $1,200. Man, ain't no way you can say you can get you a PC that can do far better than what the PlayStation Pro can give you with $1,200 easily. So it's all about investments. This is the reason why I did what I did. I went ahead and I said, I'm finna hell with it. I'm finna risk it all, and I'm finna build this rig. I'm finna spend this money, and then I can future proof, because any PlayStation game that I'll play is going to perform much better than anything that what PlayStation offers in 2 generations, easily. And if I decide that I want to upgrade to the 50 series, then ain't nothing touching nothing. And I mean, that same goes with Xbox, but the thing is that Xbox is my primary console. So again, and what the smart thing of what Xbox is doing is with Play Anywhere is what it is. But I don't know. Viper, do you think that there is, and I know because I went on my rant, but do you think that there is a burnout? Do you think that, like, this is the telling sign, because of these high ass prices, that the consoles are in trouble going forward in the future? Because you know what I'm saying? Because you guys argue with me so many times where I'm saying, like, man, I think that we 1-2 generations out for consoles being cooked. Are you starting to believe that, or you still feel like there's hope for consoles to still be viable going forward?
I don't think there's a hope for consoles going forward at this point.
You on my side over there?
No, well, the fact is, I'm still going off of what King David said, where he's like, there ain't gonna be no PlayStation 6. No,
there's gonna be a PlayStation 6, bro.
Man, it may not be called PlayStation 6. It may not be called.
Right. You could be right about that.
Because the fact is that now they're how can I say this? They are besmirching the name of PlayStation because of the fact of this is the things that they're doing. The decisions that Jim Ryan started making, decisions that Herman Holst is making, because didn't we just hear with how he ran the whole thing with Concord, how they already started off with $200 million before they even got with PlayStation about it. Then PlayStation said it was in such a bad state, let's put in $200 million more, and now you're at $400 million. That's not including marketing. That's not including purchasing the studio, because you were saying that this is going to be tentpole.
That's right.
Tentpole of PlayStation. So it's not including all of that. So that's a $400 million loss right there. Now you're trying to push this new hardware onto people that's going to cost, let's go ahead and say what the actual price is if you're a person that wants your physical copies and if you want a damn stand. That shit's going to cost $800 damn dollars. 800. Okay? That's if you don't already have the disk drive and if you don't already have the stand. That damn thing's going to be $800.
That thing's going to be nuts.
If you don't care about the stand and you want those little paperclip thingies that you lay it sideways on, fine. If you don't care about physical media, then $700, but that's still too damn much. When I said this thing is called the pisser, I mean it. Because the fact is, seriously, they are pissing on their fan base. They're pissing on the people who brought them to the top. You don't give a damn. Yes, you're a corporation and you care about the almighty dollar. You don't care about your consumers. And now it is being shown front and center. They don't give a damn about anybody. Oh, we made this damn mistake with Concord, so now we're gonna put the cost to the consumer. They don't care. The way that consoles are supposed to work, they're supposed to take a loss on the console. And then they make up the money with not only the sales, but they make up the money through the software that they sell and the services that they sell. Right now, Sony services are sucking bad because nobody wants, they don't want PlayStation Plus. They don't want PlayStation Plus Premium. Yeah, they may have it so they can do online, but they're going to go to the lower.
What do the PlayStation fan want? Fahim, like I know, you know what I'm saying, and all the rest of the PlayStation people that's listening or whatever, please, and don't forget to hit that like button or dislike button, whichever one you want. Doesn't matter. But what do you guys really want? Because I mean, Fahim, you know, I've seen you come in and you like, you'll come in and you'll argue sometimes and say, you know, saying, and Cygnus will come in sometimes and say, but then at the end, it's like, you know, man, damn, you know, I wish they do better. I mean, I don't know what the PlayStation fan wants. I know what the PlayStation fan needs in the sense of they do need a live service game to get them going, right? They need some live service games to get them going. It is a necessity now. It's not just because single player games is not going to get you there. It's just not, because you got to it's just not. But what do you think that the PlayStation fan wants? Because Astrobot, it's been out for what, a couple of weeks, and it was in the 15th, and then now they ain't showing like the first week sales or anything like that. Sony would brag about the first week sales. What's going on here? Because Astrobot looks like a really fun, fantastic game to sink your teeth into. What do PlayStation fans really want?
I don't think they know anymore. The whole third-person narrative story-driven game, it's getting old. They tried to switch their stance into online. They're trying to chase the whole fad what Fortnite is doing. They're trying to chase the fad of these online service games. It's not working for them because, first of all, they're trying to do new franchises with these online games. How about dip into your wheelhouse of stuff? Okay, you got Resistance. You got a good story with Resistance.
Yeah,
you can make online for that. SOCOM, that already right there. SOCOM,
you would think that would be a hit, instant hit.
Hell, yeah, instant hit. Some of the stuff that they showed in the state of play of these remasters, and I wouldn't say remake, but they're talking about these remasters of that they're bringing back from PlayStation 1. You know what? So people want Parappa the Rapper. Hello. Come on. You've got stuff in your wheelhouse that you can use, but you choose not to. All these mistakes that these higher ups are doing, they're screwing over not only themselves, but they're screwing over the fans, because the fans are clamoring for certain things and they refuse to listen to the fans. And then when they screw up so bad and they lose all this money, they shut down studios. They say, oh, we're not going to support PSVR 2 anymore. Okay, and then in addition to that, now you're going to charge us $700 for a pro console that's probably not going to stick around for too long, because you're already thinking about PlayStation 6 or some iterative version of what the new system is going to be. Nobody is going to fall for that mess ever again.
Yeah.
Now, you're going to have some stupid people out there that's going to fall for it. I'm not calling Fahim stupid, but he said, I'm going to get my PlayStation 5 Pro. Okay, fine. You go get it, and you keep putting money into Sony's hands and see what they're going to give you in return. They're going to say, thank you for the money, sucker. That's what they're doing to you.
It's
a lot of the, and here's the thing, a lot of the Xbox fans, that still stick with Xbox, even throughout the bad times that Microsoft has screwed us over, we still are loyal to them because you know what? They've actually listened to us and they've changed courses numerous times because they've heard us. What has PlayStation done? They've stayed quiet and they have not done a damn thing to say, oh, we hear you. No, they basically say, this is what we're going to do. This is what you're going to like. And you know what? You can shut your damn mouth and enjoy it. That's how they are.
I think, and this is what's going to go on the flip side of this. I think that that's where Xbox is going to go, is going to be the ones to stay quiet and say, you're going to get this or you're going to like. Because we listened to you. Because we listened to you and you still bitched. You didn't give it, you ran and was patient with PlayStation when PlayStation was screwing us over, doing everything possible. You ran and got pissed off, and then when we did have a bad game or things like that, you didn't want to stick with us. You wanted to run. You talked about, and then when we made certain decisions that benefited you in the long run, you left and you went to the other side. So I think I really do think, and that's why I'm asking this point about like the console burnout. I think that now it is a burnout in the top brass. Like,
of course,
I think the Xbox is going to become what like when people sit there and say, "Well, Xbox should just be quiet." You're gonna wish that you never said that, because I think Xbox because I think now we're at a point to where Xbox has already said, "Look, case by case basis," and then the case by case basis don't seem like it's a case by case basis anymore. Right. And then instead of trying to get an explanation of their reasoning by it, and then like accepting it for, because PlayStation fans accept whatever. They do. They just do. Yeah. They just accept it. Regardless. Some of us think it looks stupid as hell and they look like, man, what are you talking about? But at the end of the day, you're right. And it's crazy because at the worst time, Xbox had this most loyalty. But now since Xbox is providing more games and better services and everything else, it seems like people, just because of certain things, this, that, and third. And I think Xbox is like, okay, fuck it. We've done all we can. We're going to do what we want to do. And we're going to like it or it's whatever. So now I'm going to say what the PlayStation fanboys are going to say. Mm-hmm. Now it's Sony's fault for causing Xbox to be quiet and not listen to their fans, because before Microsoft was open. Now it's Sony's fault because they got away with it, and Microsoft sees, oh, well, Sony can get away with it. Why can't we? Sony can charge $700 for a console. Why can't we? Yeah, because I don't see the next Xbox being cheap, and I mean, and normally you would think that Xbox would have and should be dropping the price to the Series X, but to them it's about the numbers now. It's the numbers game. It's like, our competition ain't lowered their price, so we're not going to lower ours. As a matter of fact, we're going to raise ours, and we're going to raise ours to match them in Japan, and we're going to match their price. And when the numbers come out at the end of the day, when we see our overall revenue, our console sales ain't shit, what I'm saying, compared to what Sony is doing. But look at everything else. Yeah. Because of our strategy and what we're doing. That's what I'm saying. Like the strategic move is crazy, but I just think that the burnout is starting to set in. Like you just can't, like people would sit there and talk to you all day long about something, about certain console war topics and all this other stuff. It's not the same anymore. Now I understand that this is a political season and stuff like that, but I mean, even for the people that don't even care about politics, when you look and you see what's being offered, and PlayStation to me is at its lowest point ever when it comes to gaming content. This is the worst I've ever seen PlayStation in my entire time and I've been with PlayStation since PlayStation 1. This is horrible. You compare to PlayStation 3, and that's all I ask anybody to do. You go to the PlayStation 3 and look at that lineup in the first 4 years, and then you look at the PlayStation 5's lineup in the first 4 years and see PlayStation 3 dog walks PlayStation 5's gaming content.
Of course it does.
And listen, the one point that you made that was so valid, majorly valid, was that there's so many people that's been asking Sony, listen, you're bringing all these remakes and remasters, bring some of the old classics back. Now, I did
Yep.
hear a rumor that they're over here thinking about doing not a remaster, but not a remake, but a remaster of Twisted Metal Black and a couple of other games, but they're going to put it in their service. How
Didn't
about
they just put on the thing they showed Legacy of Kain 1 and 2 remastered.
yeah.
Then they also got 2 more PlayStation 1 games that they remastered that they put into their service. What were those 2 that they did? It was on the State of Play. It was on the State of Play.
Lunar, the 1 and 2
Yes.
is good. Yeah, Lunar.
Mhm.
But those games are going to come to Xbox. Those games are coming to Xbox. So I mean, so they're coming to PC and Xbox. So it's not just PlayStation exclusives. And then also, and that was another thing too about the State of Play. So I guess we can get into it. I don't know. I'm looking at the feed right now. I'm finna see. More people are saying that right now. What's the State of the Play grade? People are saying it's a 57. There's I didn't even put D. I just put F after C. And there's 24% that said F, 19% that said B. There's nobody that said A so far. And, you know what I'm saying? So that's wild to me. Listen,
I gave it a C, just like a majority of everybody else, due to the fact that a lot of the stuff was remakes and remasters.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's a lot of games that, first of all, we already knew was coming. You didn't need to put it in this. In addition to that, you gave us gameplay on some games that we didn't want to see.
Yeah, they don't have nothing. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reason why. Like, we already seen these games. I mean, I'm glad that they're showing more content with these games, but we already know that these games are coming. Most of them, anyway.
And a lot of them leaked before the show started.
Yeah.
So I'm just like.
Yeah, and most of these games are multi-plat, so it's crazy. Like, I mean, you would think that they would show Project Zero. There was no Project Zero. There was no I forget the other hack and slash. We still haven't seen anything from the Soul Aside, the Lost Soul Aside, or something like that. Like that, we haven't seen anything other than that. Than when they showed it that just back in June or whatever, or May or whatever. And if that game is coming out sometime early next year, you would think that they would keep promoting that game. I don't know. Maybe there might be some more issues within the game. So yeah, but the Horizon, nobody asked for Horizon Zero Dawn.
You already got Lego Horizons coming out. Why do you need Horizon Zero Dawn remastered? Come on, seriously.
Listen, I like the Horizon games. I do, and I'm not even so. And I'm. You still should give for people who own that game. Make it a free upgrade.
A free upgrade. Thank you.
I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping about the $10 like that. I still think it's petty, but regardless, it's not what I was thinking that Sony would do. So charging $10, it's petty.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
You said it's petty, but here's the thing. They only said $9.99 for the PS4 owner or people who previously had it on PS4 or PS5. Well, no, PS4. You get it for $9.99 for an upgrade to PS5.
Yeah.
Okay. What you ain't say nothing about PC because I actually got the PC version. Because the PC version.
Oh,
you said there's a So I'm wondering. Oh, we gonna be charged another $50 for this PC? No,
40 at least. 40.
No, they said if you don't have the game, it's $50. So I already got the PC version.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not paying another damn $50 for this damn game. I got the PC version through Steam. You better give me a free damn upgrade.
Well, I got the PlayStation 4 version. So I got the PlayStation version, and then I bought it again on Steam. So I want to pay the $10 or whatever.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
But I'm not, because it's like, what would be my purpose when it's not going to look nowhere near what it's going to look like on my 40 series card? So I'm like,
exactly.
I want to play it on. I want to play it on PC. And if they charge me $50 for it, I'll just like, no. I'll just
No.
wait I'll just wait a few years for that shit to drop to $10, and I'm not, you know what I'm saying, $10, $15, because I think you can get Horizon Zero Dawn on PC for like $7.99 or something. I seen it as low as $4.99
Let me just
on
open
the
up my
Steam
Steam
sale.
account here real quick.
Yeah.
Let me look at my. Let's see, Steam
Yeah.
library. Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition is still $50. It's still $50 on
without the sale. Yeah.
right
Without a
without the
sale. Okay.
sale.
Yeah. They raised the
Whoops.
price. They raised the price to that.
Yeah, it's still $50. But
No,
I
they
mean, I
raised.
already got it in my library,
Yeah,
so
but no, they raised the price because it wasn't that much. It was cheaper
I mean,
than that.
when it first came out, it was $50.
Yeah, when it first came out, it was $50. But I'm talking about, hell, it was. I just seen it like a couple of months ago, like, when it wasn't in a sale, and it was what, $30.
Yeah,
So
they've
they
dropped.
must have raised the price again. I don't know, man. That's nuts. That's crazy.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
No,
okay,
hold
okay.
on. I got no. Wait, let's see. Horizon Zero. Wait, what's the difference? Oh, okay, never mind. So it is showing Horizon Zero Dawn at 50, Horizon Forbidden West at 60. So that's what they're showing right now,
I
and
didn't
both of
pay.
them are both of them are the complete editions.
Yeah. I got them both. And I ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Matter of fact, I'm gonna boot up my Horizon Zero Dawn and look and try to compare these looks, because I'm streaming the what you call it, the gameplay in 4K. So so hopefully if people will see, not the background and us. I mean you could see my beautiful self in 4K if you want, but but the stream itself that's showing the gameplay in the background, I put that in 4K. So, and I'm like, you got that good polish, but I definitely wait, and it's not worth it. Not worth it. Good game.
Oh,
So, but yeah, no, okay. So, what was any of
and
the
it's
games
coming out
that?
October. It said it was coming out October 31st.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's what it said.
yeah, October 31st. Is
Yeah,
there any,
yeah.
what were some of the games that caught your attention from the show, from the showcase last night?
The Legacy of Kain remastered,
Mm,
1 and 2, Soul
mhm.
Reaver.
Yeah.
That caught my eye. Obviously, Ghost of Yotai caught my eye. Um, let's see what else. Honestly, nothing else did. It was
Come
just
on,
those
man. There
two.
was more than that.
No, no, I know there was more, but the fact is that you started out the show with DLC for Astrobot. You got DLC or picture mode for the game that's playing on the screen right now called Stellar Blade.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
with the near
Near Automata.
Automata
Yeah.
DLC. Um, what else had DLC to it?
Astrobot, that Stellar Blade had
Stellar
DLC.
Blade. There was some
Um,
more that had DLC.
yeah,
You
there
had
was some more.
you had the VR game for Hitman.
Alan
You had the
Wake. Alan Wake
Alan
had,
Wake had
yeah,
DLC. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, but of course, if you have the digital deluxe edition, you already got that DLC, so there's no point in you talking about it.
yeah.
So, um, in addition to that, there's PSVR of Hitman and PSVR of oh God, what was that game by that the developer that did the Metro game, that Metro game in
Oh,
VR.
that's a VR. Yeah, that's a VR. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awakening. Yeah.
So yeah,
Awakens or something like
Awakening.
that. Yeah.
So I'm just like, a lot of this I too wasn't too excited about. Like I said, Legacy of Kain remastered
Yeah.
and Ghost of Yotai. Those are only two games I
Come
saw.
on, Jack. Come on,
No,
man. But at least you gave it a C. So for that,
but I mean, but here's the
like
thing
the
though.
majority of people.
The Dragon Age game looks terrible. I'm
Come on, shut,
sorry.
shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
No, the Dragon
Shut
Age
your
game
mouth. And that's
looks
another game that's coming
terrible.
out in October too.
Yeah, they better push that back.
Hell
Shoot.
no, I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that. So yeah, well, yeah. So I'm gonna play that through my EA subscription. So I'm not. I'll buy that
Mhm.
later. So I'm good. I'll get that.
Uh,
Yeah.
and then,
So
of course, I mean, when they showed, all right, the Chroma collection that they got on the screen, I mean, that, okay, so what? The Chroma collection for the skins of the PS5. Okay, whoop de doo. But then they went into the PS5 Pro stuff, and it's like, you couldn't do what the people asked for by saying, okay, we're going to upgrade Bloodborne for you. That's what everybody's asking for.
you're right, and that's the one thing to me is like, okay, Sony. Everybody keeps asking. There's got to be some kind of internal turmoil
Hmm.
within from SquareSoft or from Square,
From,
however,
from
from
software.
yeah, from software and from Sony staff, because that game should at least got an upgrade. Now
Of course.
again,
A PS4 Pro or a PS5 upgrade. Come on.
but hold on. Now this is what's crazy though. I did not know this until just recently, and I posted this. Matter of fact, I talked about it last week. It blew my mind because there's so many people talk about Bloodborne. Bloodborne didn't even sell 3 million copies.
Hmm. Yeah.
The last time the game sold was in 2017, 2018. It didn't sell another copy afterwards. And I don't think the game is delisted because I bought the game day one on PlayStation, but I'm like, what? You can go look it up right now. Not lying. They said that the game didn't even reach nearly the 3 million copies, and somewhere else where I read it said it only sold 3.6 million, 3.6, 3.7, I mean 2.6, 2.7 million, and it hasn't sold another copy since 2017, 2018.
And it's not even on PC.
No. And that's wild to me because I'm thinking like, whoa, so that might have something to do with it too. It's like, well, this is could be a cult classic, but why would we spend? But then I have to go in reverse. And even though Cygnus, you're right, it's the $10 patch isn't bad. You shouldn't have to pay anything after they remastered the game. This will be the third time now, or
Yeah.
this will be the third time that they've given you another edition of that same game, right? That's
Yeah.
crazy,
Horizon.
right?
Horizon on PS4
And
and
so if you
PS4 Pro.
right, and it should have been like this: if you bought the PlayStation 4 version and then paid for the $10 PlayStation 5 enhancement, you get this
Hmm.
update for free.
Yep. You should.
That thing that is absolutely fair, but for them to do it, whatever. But no, so that is crazy to me. Why not? People keep asking for Bloodborne. I mean, I keep always bringing up a game called Mark of the Cree. That game would be fantastic to remake or to bring back. But how the hell do you not want to bring back, like you said, Resistance or something of that ilk? Hell, what was it? Dark Cloud. There was an RPG,
Oh yeah. Dark Cloud.
Dragon of Lagoon, or
Hmm.
Dragon
Yeah.
of Dragoon, or Legend of Legaia. I always talk about Legend of Legaia. Like, there's so
Oh yeah.
many. I mean, I understand. Like, you're doing all this work with Square. Why not do? And you don't have to bring like a remake. Do a remaster of the Xenoverse or the Xenogears saga. Like, I mean, what are y'all doing? Like, it trips me
They're not
out.
thinking. They're not
No, like,
thinking.
but those are all single player games. They want to try, and that's why I'm like, well, okay, since you did that deal with Street Fighter, but Street Fighter didn't get nowhere near the money that they were thinking that they were going to get, then
Hmm.
you can't do that. But you can try to work on a Bloody Roar. Try to work with Konami to bring Bloody Roar back in some capacity. Because I know it costs money, but it don't cost as much money to do these remasters of older games and see what sticks and see what doesn't. I would rather see them bring back the Colossus game. What was it?
Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, Shadow of the Colossus or
Shadow
Eco.
Colossus.
Bring a remake of Eco. Eco. That's how you say it. Eco. ICO.
Eco. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, you cutting out. You cutting out.
I'm sorry. I would rather them go and do Journey again before doing. Let me see enough. Like it's like they just stuck in PlayStation 4 2017 2018 and it can't go no further back. So
wait. Didn't we just have a report that came out that said, and this is from the Sony heads, we don't have enough franchises it says we don't have enough franchises to dip into to provide to the fan base. So that's why we're doing these remakes. A lot of people are like, you full of shit. Because y'all got franchises.
Oh, y'all got some heat.
Y'all got franchises. And the fact is, you saying you don't have enough franchises out there to dip into, you done lost your damn mind. Because you obviously don't know what happened in PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. What happened to Sly Cooper? What happened to Infamous?
Well, they're supposed to be bringing Sly Cooper. And
what about Parappa the Rapper?
I know you said Parappa the Rapper. Cygnus said the Insomniac League said it sold 8 million. Why we ain't seen anything? See, they tell you the leaks are important. Why Sony ain't talked about it?
Right.
I mean, because if you go and look at the reports that's shown out, that's not the leaks. It's 2.6, 2.7 million, and hasn't sold since then. So which one are we going to do? Because there's other stuff in there in the leaks that aren't very good looking. Doesn't look very good for PlayStation, and a lot of people want to debunk that. So are we going to say, look, these leaks are legit on that? Then if they're legit on that, then they got to be legit on everything.
Here we go. Bloodborne total sales 7.46 million copies.
Is that sold? Or is that shipped or is that sold? Okay, so I was wrong. So I must have read an old article there.
And then, of course, they're doing a Days Gone remake or remaster.
Well,
and
that was what you call it. But we'll finish reading that article because when the article that I read that it must have been something like within the first, because it had to be because it said 20.
So this is Game World Observer.
Yeah, what year? What's the year?
The year 2023.
Okay. Yeah, my thing said 20. It said 2020.
Okay, so this one December 12th, 2023.
Okay.
And it's the main headline: Bloodborne and Days Gone sold over 7 million copies each.
It said okay. Okay.
And other sales data on Sony's first-party games, and the other sales data is this: you got, like I said, Bloodborne 7.4 million.
Okay, so I stand corrected. Thank you. So the leaks were, but it wasn't 8 million, but I guess you rounded it off to 8 million. So my apologies on that.
Here's the thing: Days Gone 7.32 million.
Yeah. I knew it sold really well.
Ratchet and Clank 2016 was 6.97 million. So, I mean, hello.
So it's sold. But that's crazy. See, all these games. So if it sold 7.4 million, and then in that article that I read that it said that it hasn't sold another copy since 2017, 2018, then that's nuts. That should tell you right there that game should get remade or remaked or there should be some negotiations there. I don't know what the situation could be. So Cygnus said most PlayStation 3 games need remasters. The Infamous collection, the Resistance collection. I mean.
So let me tell you this: those things on PlayStation 3, they need to redo them completely because of the cell processor. That's the reason why. Because since they can't get backwards compatibility
Oh, with the
working
PlayStation
for
3 games,
PlayStation
yeah,
3,
yeah,
you
that's right.
just need to just remake the damn game in general. Because
Right.
obviously the cell processor, you can't figure it out to do backwards compatibility, and you don't want to put the chip in the system because it costs too much. So might as well just remake every single PlayStation 3 game so that you can say, hey, we got the PlayStation 3 backwards compatibility, so to speak. Um, it's just been a remake and you got to pay more money for it. You can make some money off of that.
They could, as well, and now knowing that it sold 7.4 million,
Mm-hmm.
that, that's not that's good numbers. I don't know, man. I don't know. Now again, I know that you can get the game. Now I don't know if the game is still for sale. That's something that I don't know anymore. But I know you could buy the game cheap. And so I'm pretty sure that when people, when people was buying that game in 2020 and 2019, 2018, I mean, the game was a lot cheaper than what it was day one, of course. But still 7.4 million is still solid numbers. And I don't understand why, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know what the hell Sony is thinking. But it just doesn't make any sense. And I mean, on the other end, I know that there's some people that don't know what the hell Xbox is thinking. But anyway,
They making their money. That's all.
yeah, I mean, yeah, they're making their money and they ain't caring. But for me, some games that caught my attention, uh, Arch Age, Chronicles,
Mm,
that looked good for me.
mm.
Of course, the Lunar collection that's going to get got. I did buy the DLC. The other DLC was for the Turtles game. I do have the DLC, but this DLC is free, so and it's out now, so that's good because I paid for the what you call it, like I think it was last month for the Shredder's
I think I got
Revenge.
the Teenage Mutant. I think I have Shredder's Revenge on my Xbox. Hold on.
Yeah, I have it. I have it on Xbox as well. I bought the DLC I think last month or the month before last, but it's good to sit there. I am happy for Legacy of Kain, but my thing, I will go back and I will play it because I know the controls will be a lot better. But I really would like them to completely remake the game. I would love to see
Mm.
that because the game is that good to be worthy of getting a remake. But I don't know. How was it? Was it the Neo Dimensions? I wasn't. Um, the Sonic game didn't look good to me at all. I don't. The Sonic game didn't look good to me at all, man. That looked a little. That didn't
Yeah,
look
that
good to me
was.
at all. Now, I mean, Lego Horizons Adventures look fun. It looks real good and fun. You know, let me see what else. Alan Wake. That game is scary as hell. I'll let me get through the first part of the first part of the game before I think about the DLC because hell. Of course, Ghost. That was the highlight of the show. That's what made me kick it up from a C to a B. See, there's that game right there. I was just talking about that. Was Arcane or Arch Chronicles or whatever the game I just was talking about. It was
Yeah,
also the Mushu game and I found out that was coming to Xbox. I thought that wasn't coming to Xbox, but that oh man, the Destiny Warriors game Origins. That's
yeah.
something that I'm definitely interested in, for sure. Monster Hunter Wilds, I'll definitely jump on it, but it's not like I don't think that that'll be a day one for me. It's according to what's coming out now. Hell is Us. That looks
Yeah,
interesting. That
yeah.
looks
Hell is
interesting.
Us does look interesting.
That looks
I forgot
interesting.
about that.
Yeah. Now this game looks hot. I like games like this. It's got that descendant vibe, but you know what I'm saying with the punching and kicking and shit. Like I like that. I like these. I like that. Like it's got the cool story mode. Yeah, like this looks good to me. Look good. Looks good. So, oh, and then Power World, which I know for the people that was over here screaming, that was screaming for the game to come. That Xbox this, Xbox that. You knew that it was going to eventually come to PlayStation. You knew it.
They even mentioned that it was there's a PlayStation version in the make. Come on now.
Well, when they said when it said early build, and then I knew exactly what Xbox did because Xbox did the same thing with the
Arc
PUBG. Yeah,
and PUBG, yeah,
yeah,
Arc and PUBG.
yeah. And so yeah, with Arc with PUBG, and I'm just kind of like, listen, man, and then they're gonna need all the money they get because Nintendo's coming after them now. So you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So yeah, so no. I would have loved to see Xbox go all in, but you know what I'm saying, but who knows if the studio wanted to be purchased by Xbox or not. But you know what I'm saying, but yeah, if Xbox had the opportunity to try to get them for this game, I would have been all for it. But again, it was on Xbox. It got a lot of attention because of Xbox. Xbox had the game to be presented, and it's going to be it's better than ever. I haven't played it in a while because of everything else that's been out, but I mean, good for PlayStation fans for getting a really good quality title. And again, like I said, they got to make their money because Nintendo's on their ass now. So it is what it is. So all right, man. One last thing, and that's we talk about the whole Sarah Bond situation. Because you said you didn't know about it, and I didn't get a chance to really talk about it, and that was because of the just I just it came at a later time than when I was able to talk about the when I was talking about something else last week. But it coming to find out that it's not Phil Spencer that's made these calls, which I said this last week or the week before. I'm like, this isn't Phil Spencer's call. This is the money hats or somebody else, and with somebody else is Sarah Bond. And listen, the way that they move, the way she moving is looking at it from a standpoint of, listen, we gotta push this product. We gotta do what we gotta do. The only thing that I hope that she will put into the equation is that you need to keep a couple of things exclusive for Xbox. For just for the people out there that may be wanting for new Xbox customers, not so much for us old head Xbox gamers that's not going to go anywhere, but for anybody that want to be the potential to want to get an Xbox for a secondary console, or if they are looking to want to get it invest into a console and they're looking to see all this heat that Xbox is dropping, like Fable, keep Starfield exclusive. Of course, Halo, Gears, Forza, and some other stuff, and a few other games like Oblivion, and maybe let's just say, well, they already put that out, so I don't think that would be fair. But maybe some other new titles that they would come out to bring to where they would feel like, you know what, let's keep 20 to 30% of our titles on Xbox as console exclusive, and then everything else can go. Will that happen? I don't know. If I had to give a guess, I would say I would give it 70-30 opportunity, a chance of saying that they won't. But I don't know. What do you think? Like, I mean, knowing that Sarah Bond is the one that's pushing this narrative. Somebody asked me, how do I feel about Sarah Bond now? I don't have no ill will towards the woman whatsoever. I think that it shows she knows what she's doing. She just took another strategy, and also that she made a move to where Xbox heads is over here siding with her on it. So maybe if Phil pushed back, or maybe Phil just like, you cook, you do what you do on this. So who knows? So obviously, I don't know. What's your thoughts? So what's your take? Do you like the strategy? And if not, I don't know. It's a crazy thing to think about, but I mean, what's your thoughts overall, man?
Okay.
Damn, Richili said Redfall and the Gunk. Hey man, the Gunk is a fun game.
The Gunk is a fun game. I still can't get 2 achievements on the Gunk. I'm gonna have to start over from scratch. But anyway.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, Gunk can stay exclusive. I like that.
I do not want to besmirch the name of my Black Queen at Microsoft, but
feel you.
I do not want to see another Don Matrick type person emerge from Xbox. Because the thing is, now that we're finding out what's going on, and yes, her background is from T-Mobile. And you know, T-Mobile is like, they kind of cutthroat there, and they'll do whatever it is they can to sell you on something, and they'll do whatever they can to make that
I need
money.
to check my T-Mobile Tuesdays anywhere. What my free stuff is for my Tuesday stuff. Anyway, go ahead, continue.
So the thing is that I understand that she has a tough road ahead of her as originally the new kid on the block when she first got on there. And then, of course, you know, she and Phil Spencer butted heads. And of course, they needed to go to HR to try to, you know, mediate and get and work it out. And then now they're okay with each other. But my main thing that I'm worried about is the whole slate. That's what I'm worried about.
Project Latitude, yeah, that's what I'm worried about too, man.
So the fact is that you're no longer going to have an identity. We've so many people have said this before, and I'm going to say it one more time. We're repeating ourselves on this, but the exclusives that you make from your first party is supposed to give your console the identity that it's supposed to have. Now, me personally, since I'm on PC now, I still have an Xbox, but I'm on PC. And I think that everybody should have access to all games, no matter where you are. I agree with that sentiment. But then also part of me is saying that sometimes certain entities need to have something that's unique to them. And the only way that you're going to have something unique to yourself without giving the whole slate away is to keep some stuff back from other consoles or other platform holders. Because the fact is, now that you are saying Sony can get a piece, Nintendo can get a piece, you know, sooner or later you might just be handing stuff over to Amazon Luna, you know, for their streaming service.
Right.
You're already giving stuff to NVIDIA, GeForce Now. You're already giving stuff to what was that other service in the UK or overseas for their streaming stuff for ABK?
I know they gave the cloud to Ubisoft.
Yeah, they gave the cloud to Ubisoft. It's like, could you at least hold something for yourself? Let there be something that is memorable and that's iconic, and that people can only get it through Xbox. And the thing is, they're failing at that.
Xbox PC, make that part.
Well, yeah, Xbox PC, yes.
Yeah.
If it's only exclusive Xbox PC, then yes, you have something that, hey, you got to get an Xbox or a PC for this. And the thing is, if they're not doing that, yes, you may be making money by saying it goes everywhere, but at the same time, this goes back to what we were talking about before about the console burnout.
Yeah.
This is basically going to signify the death of the consoles as a whole. Because if you say, I'm giving away the whole slate to everyone, you play everywhere, there ain't going to be no more console.
Well, no,
even though you say our next console is going to be the greatest technical leap, which means it's a lot of money.
Yes.
So the fact is, you say it's the greatest technical leap for the next console, $800, $900. That means you are pricing out the casual market. If you're going to price out the casual market for consoles, you're pushing them to go somewhere else. And when I say you're going to push them to go somewhere else, Nintendo is right there with Switch 2. and Switch 2 might be $400. And people will say, "Oh, well, okay,
It'll
I'm
be
not."
five. It'll be five.
We'll see.
It'll be five. You'll get
We'll see.
you'll get the high, you'll get 4K games for the big time Nintendo, 1440p for everything else.
Okay.
For
We'll see
500.
about that.
Yeah.
We'll see when we'll see when they announce that. But I'm
Yeah.
sticking to 400
Okay.
because Nintendo hasn't gone past 350 yet.
Well,
So they're gonna.
PlayStation and Xbox is open the door for that, and Nintendo's gonna want some. So and they're going to be and what's going to be crazy, they'll be the more attractive in price because they'll be the cheaper out of the two. So yeah, continue.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing right there.
Unfortunate, yeah.
Oh shit. Anyway, but the fact is that I just hope Sarah, she can steer Xbox in the best direction, not only for the company, because I know she's got to look at the bottom line. It's always about the bottom line.
Yeah.
But also look at the people who are interested in your product. Look at the people who are going to be there as your base, the people who said, we want Xbox, period, no matter what. Look at them. Treat them with respect. Don't piss on them like Sony is doing. Treat them with respect. And then also give us a little bit of extra stuff too. Because right now, Game Pass has already gone up to, well, let me say it properly. Game Pass Ultimate has gone up to $20 now.
Yeah.
So far this month, what the hell have we got in Game Pass Ultimate?
Good
Not
stuff,
much.
We got some good stuff.
Not really.
I mean, stuff. I was just looking at it last night. I can't remember some of the games because most of them I already.
Okay, so most of them you already own. But here's another thing too. If they're that forgettable for me, there's a problem.
Well,
if they're that forget.
Next month gonna be where the heat comes. After next month, I mean, it's gonna be the heat. So
I mean, every month should be unforgettable. Every month, because they've got so much in their wheelhouse.
I think it's going to get to that point. I think I think once it starts next week, I mean next month, well, pretty much almost next week. Yeah, it's cooking. I think.
Don't forget my birthday is on Wednesday next week.
Your birthday. I got you.
That's right, October 2nd. That's right. Go ahead. Anyway, okay. But no, I mean, the fact is that I just do not want to see her pushing certain narratives, pushing certain things that causes Microsoft to fail. The same way that Jim Ryan and Herman Hulse is causing Sony to fail. Because a lot of the decisions that are made up top has an effect on what's happening at the bottom. And it goes right to the consumer. And when they fail at those things, and then they're saying, now we want to charge you more, that's a problem. And I do not want to see Microsoft go into that direction, because once they look at all the failures Microsoft has had with a lot of stuff with Xbox, they're going to start pushing the cost onto us now. And like I said, Sony has already opened that door with this PS5 Pro. They've now said, oh, we lost on Concord. We lost on, what was some of the other games? A lot of the stuff that they did with Square. A lot of the games.
The Final Fantasies, yeah.
Everything that, in terms of, oh, this should have been a big Sony tentpole game, and you failed, right? All the second party deals and third party deals that they made to money hat games, and they still failed. Now that they're passing off the cost to the consumer on their hardware, and now that they're doing all these stupid remasters just so they can get money out of it, because they're not doing this for free like Microsoft is. I guarantee you, they've opened up the door for Microsoft to do the same damn thing. And now we are going to be in the age of everything. We're going to get screwed on everything. And I do
Oh
not
yeah.
want Microsoft going down that path. And I hope Sarah Bond is listening because I know she listens to your channel. The fact is, I do not want to see what Sony is doing affect what Microsoft does. I need Microsoft to hold steady, hold fast, and I need them to do what is best for the public. I know they need to do what's best for their bottom dollar, but they need to do what's best for the public as well.
Well, yeah, no, I know. That's why like the ultimate compromise is, because at first I was like 50%, 40%.
You're breaking up again.
Yeah, 40, 50% or whatever. And so like, hold on, let me see if I need to mess with this.
I think it's when you get too animated. That's the
I
problem.
know, yeah. You got to turn down the gain a little bit, and then I think I'm good at that point. Let me stop it right there. All right. So, and then let me turn this down a little bit, just a little bit. All right. So anyway, so that's the, when I was saying 40, 50%, I was, I'm thinking like, okay, yeah, that'd be perfect. And then I kept going down. And until I'm like, okay, now since I see like this Project Latitude thing is the real deal, I agree.
Oh, you turned off the cameras.
Oh, no, they should be back up now. They should be back up. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I'm back up. Yeah, that's doing some stuff. Sorry. Yeah, that's when you're messing with Discord. Anyway, but the cameras are back on. But anyway, so yeah, that was my whole thing of just like, so all right, the compromise is 20, 30%. Hell, 10 to 20%. But keep
10 to 20%. Yeah.
20%. Just hold on to the core factor, to the core of Xbox games. And then for those new games that come out that does well on Xbox, give them opportunity. Now, again, then kind of put the pressure on Xbox gamers that does all this talking and chirping, and put the pressure on them. Okay, this game right here, South of Midnight, it's dope as shit. It's getting all these accolades. It might come up for being a nominee for Game of the Year or getting all different types of award from BAFTA and all that other stuff, right? Because that game might be that good. Well, Xbox gamers, you see there's another great game for up under Xbox's umbrella. It's up to you to buy that game. Or it's up
and
to
don't
you.
Don't wait for it to come to Game Pass.
Right.
Buy it.
Well, yeah, buy it or show so much support through Game Pass that it's undeniable. You see what I'm saying? Like that was the problem with hi-firush. There was people that was talking about it, but they weren't playing it. And then when the game started getting announced for awards, then some of them started to just dabble with it and then still talk about it as though that they played the game. You don't want to do that. So again, keep that 10, 20%. I say 10 to 30, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? Keep some things in-house for Xbox PC only. And then put the pressure and apply it on Xbox. And then at that point, if the games that other than if it's not Halo or Gears or Forza, because those games will do fine. But if those other games that doesn't do well, then it's on the Xbox gamers. Because then you can give that option of like, look, we did do it by case basis, but you still didn't meet expectations because of whatever we should be improving on Game Pass. We should be improving on sales. Well, if you're just going to talk about these games and not participate on letting these games come out and to have us brag about these are the numbers of how many people played it on Game Pass because these content creators have helped promote this game or that this game sold well, if not both, then it comes down to the gamer and it comes down to the gamer and to the content creator. And if at that point it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, then okay. Project Latitude, there it is. You know what I'm saying?
And I almost forgot one more thing too. Xbox. I'm talking to you, Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond and Matt Booty and Aaron Greenhouse. You need to start doing more marketing. I need to see more commercials. I need to start seeing billboards. I need to start seeing buses. I need to see stuff on buildings. I need to see marketing
So
plastered everywhere
I think
for your
marketing has
Xbox.
changed, man. I think marketing has changed. I think the marketing situation has just changed because Sony doesn't market worth a damn anymore. I just think that the marketing is content creators and online, and for really big games that they know that they'll make some money on, they'll take a chance to put them on billboards. But any time of sitting here, like I mean, I when I brought up the stuff about women, put some stuff out there on Adult Swim and things like that, and I started to see it, and I'm like, okay, cool. But again, here we are in this position to where we have so many people that does all this damn talking, but they ain't doing no supporting. And even when they talk about the game, they ain't got enough hours of time to even show any game or show any gameplay clips to where, you know what I'm saying, to where you can actually, where they can be taken seriously. So that's the thing for me, is where the hype train for PlayStation games has always been legit, right? Like they just hype shit just to hype it, even though most of them don't play or support those games. But the Xbox side of it is where they'll hype it if other people hype it. Like they feel like they gotta follow what somebody else says instead of come out and say, because I remember when I talked about Bleeding Edge, well, there's people that says, I don't give a fuck what people say. The game is dope. You know what I'm saying? What you mean what people say? Hell with what people say. I know what I feel when I'm playing Bleeding Edge. And that's what we need. And that's why I say, like, with the whole console war topic situation, it's burnt out because there's too many fake ass people in the game now that just want to cater to views for themselves instead of being honest about what really needs to be said. And
Well,
that and because everybody's, they want to buddy up, or they want to, they want to do this and do that. And, man, just be real about the games. If you really like a game, and if somebody sits there and if you got a group of people dogging you out about the game, don't shut up about it. Who gives a damn about them? That's what they're there for. Is to be trolls to make you pissed off about those games. You still keep talking about the games. I guarantee you, the more and more you talk about, because I've done it millions of times. I've said something about a game that people talk shit about, and then next thing you know, boom, more and more people start talking about it. Not because of me, but then other people gave the game a chance.
Well, I think that the problem is that Microsoft executives and Microsoft staff is not too happy about their own product. I think that's the issue right there. They're not hyping up their own stuff. They're not confident enough in their own product to market it. So when you see Sony out there marketing stuff, they're confident. They put so much confidence now.
Of it, like I've seen, like Concord, those commercials do not look confident at all.
No, they did not look confident at all. And I'll tell you why.
Final Fantasy 16 ads did not look confident at all.
No. The thing is, when they're confident, they will market the hell out of it. Yeah. When they're not as confident, it's going to be like lackluster. That's what Sony does. So now here's another thing, too, that I forgot to bring up with Concord. Remember the little article that they were talking about where there was toxic positivity and there's nothing you could say bad about it.
Oh, yeah.
And he was forcing people to always say good stuff about it and never question him about a damn thing and never do anything.
Yeah.
That shit don't need to be in there.
Yeah.
You need to have somebody telling you the truth and saying, this ain't it. You need somebody in there telling you the truth. Now, here's the thing that Phil Spencer did that was good at one point. He said there was one.
Phil has done a lot of good things. So not just one. Come on, man.
I know. I'm bringing up this one point. I'm
a Phil supporter to the heart.
So am I. I'm a Phil supporter too.
Yeah.
But I want to bring up this specific point. There was one female. I don't think she was an executive. I think she was just one on the lower end, but she came into the room and said to Phil, let's go ahead and show off the Series X at the Game
Oh
Awards.
yeah, I remember him telling that. Yeah, telling that
So
story. Yeah,
the fact is, if you can listen to somebody on the lower level,
right.
and you can have that type of hype train going into not just the Game Awards.
Hmm.
How about you do that for all of your marketing? Just blast it out. Listen to some people on the lower end, because people up in the high end of Microsoft, they got their heads in the clouds too much. So maybe step out of the clouds and talk to the people on the ground, because those are the people that know what the hell is going on. And these people can actually reach us a little bit quicker. And then they can say, once you have them reaching out to us and we give them the feedback, they can bring it right to you, and then you can do with it as you will. Hopefully you do what's right, but listen to the people on the ground level. Because when your head's stuck up in the clouds,
Right.
you're gonna fuck up.
Well, another thing too is that what a lot of the Xbox staff used to do was listen to a lot of lower leveled channels,
Hmm.
like mine, like others, and that you know that these people are doing it for the passion, for the love of Xbox, or for just gaming or whatever, right?
Right.
They're not there for they're not in that state where they have to placate, because from what we because what we learned so much about so many people that's in the game, especially with Sony, that they got to kiss the ring. What's going on with you, Stone King? They got to kiss the ring in order for them to get those free copies, or if they got to even work with
Yeah.
Sony. Sony don't be bullshitting with you when it comes to that aspect of it.
Toxic,
So
toxic positivity.
right, the
Toxic
toxic
positivity.
positivity, right? So yeah, you can't do that. So that's the one thing that I do like about Xbox, is that you can give proper criticism. It's just that some people just take this way too overboard because they're passionate. I get it. I know I get passionate as well, but the reality of it is that these people are human beings and they got a job to do and they got to make this money. So it's just like what Husky said earlier. He said, "Listen, she's trying to bring talk about Sarah Bond. She's trying to bring in the money. Let's just hope she doesn't sell Xbox Soul doing it." You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's the
Yes.
thing that it is. Is that, like, look, I understand that Xbox, as and I've said this, Xbox's infrastructure, or its structure is more than just the box. I've said that. I agree with that 100%. But
Hmm.
that box is still a part of that soul of Xbox. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying?
That's where
Because
you got to start from.
that's where it birthed from, was from a console. So yeah, I like I said, I do feel that consoles is going to get to a point to where they're going to be like the record at some point, but
Hmm.
or the cassette. But I still feel that for right now, going into the next generation, you just would it would even though, like, for me, I'm an Xbox guy. I'm cool with it. But I'm cool with Xbox like that, to just accept it. But it will still leave a bad taste in my mouth if I ever see the new Gears being on PlayStation or Nintendo.
Oh hell no.
That's
Oh
the
my
that's
god.
that's you know what
Oh.
I'm saying, or Forza, and especially if
Mm.
Sony is not giving anything but just
And
hand me down,
No,
pieces. Yeah.
they're only giving MLB because
Well,
they're forced by
no, there's a
MLB
couple.
to give it to them.
Well, yeah, but that's a couple of other games that they're giving. Like the Lunar games are coming to Xbox. So,
Yeah, but that's not Sony. That's not Sony.
well, I get
That
that.
belongs to somebody else.
Square, I think, maybe, or I don't know. I can't remember. I forget who makes Lunar. But regardless, my point to that is this: what Xbox has to maintain going forward through this process is that, well, like, I see the benefits of it. Is that, like, just hold, so you got so much heat coming. The wave can change at any point in time. You know what I'm saying? Don't lose hope on the fact that, thinking that because PlayStation is going to be making this money now, that Xbox is not going to be in a position to not make more money, because they will. It's just the fact that it's like, damn, they get, once they seem like they make these big transactions or these big deals, they're like, man, we got to get this money immediately right now, and I don't care how you do it. And I don't know, this could change this could flip how Xbox is completely. And you know what I'm saying? Once you see that one certain game go over to Xbox, that's when I feel like they'll lose them. They'll lose the majority of them. You know what I'm saying? Of people that are the console games. And that's why I'm saying like the console aspect of it is like, I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see what they do. I mean, I can't speak for them. I just give it my thoughts on the situation and we'll just argue. All we got to do is just play it out and see how it all plays out. Let me go to what my brother Range G4 said. Thank you so much for the super chat. He said, the issue is no matter how good marketing is, if Xbox don't outsell PlayStation and consoles or video game sales, it will be labeled not doing enough. And that's where it comes to where I'm saying the content creator, the Xbox content creator, they play this kumbaya being neutral shit way too much. Too much. PlayStation dudes don't do that. They you know what I'm saying? You got people like Pixel who is realistic. You got somebody like Jack Move Johnny who's realistic, but for the majority of them, they're not realistic about what goes on there. They will make every excuse in the world about why Astrobot is not where it's sold. As a matter of fact, they might not even talk about Astrobot except for only in a positive light and then keep it pushing. If you want to see, that's the thing that bothers me the most is that these people will get more. I've showed this thing a million times. I'm not showing it no more. I'll just show some gameplay or something. I'm just showing nothing. I just leave it back. Yeah, whatever. But the reality of it is that I mean, like, come on, what are we doing? Like, we're doing more slamming on pause on the product that we deem to be the best box than we are praising. Like it was like every 6 to 9 months that there was somebody bitching and complaining about how they hate Xbox and they're ready to move on. Now it seems like it's every other month now. It's gotten that bad and that toxic, and that's why I said earlier is why Xbox is going to become Sony and say, I ain't got to say shit. I'm just going to do, and you'll like it or not, because our strategy will work. And at the end of the day, it will. So I don't know. Yeah, no, but you're right. Like it's just not good enough. If Xbox has done some fantastic marketing, but then it's like this console sales, so that's what I'm saying. I think Xbox wants to get away from the console space so quickly. So that's what I'm saying. Like I think this is the last one. I think it's going to be expensive as hell because I think it's going to be really, really powerful and really great. But I think this is it. I think this is the last console, and I think PlayStation won't be too far behind it afterwards. I do feel that.
This last console, like I've said before on previous GRG episodes, and I'm gonna say it again. Hopefully, people are listening. It's probably too late for them to change it, but hopefully they're listening. This next console that they bring out, if it's their last console, this better be able to play every single PC game out there.
Yeah, that was the thing that I was going to allude to as well, is that the only thing that I could see is where Xbox, if they do give up everything, if this new console about the rumors of playing Steam games, that they're over here because, like I've always said, and I think the end game for Xbox is acquiring Steam, and at that point you can play PlayStation games on your Xbox if you do acquire Steam. So therefore, in order to comply to the CMA and the FTC and whoever, they're like, look, we got all our stuff on everything. We're just playing everything too as well. Like, this is how it's supposed to be. Gamers has demanded this. That, I think, is the ultimate strategy. We'll see, though. We'll see.
Well, if this is going to be the biggest generational leap, then you damn well better be the power of, oh God, how am I going to put this without sounding stupid? But this next system, like I said, it better run every single PC game natively on your system. And in addition to that, at least have a power of a 3090 or even a 4060.
4060,
in your box.
Right.
Like, seriously, do not skimp out. Make it the biggest leap, but every single Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox Series, every single PC game, everything runs natively, no emulation whatsoever. Everything runs natively on this hardware that you're bringing out. And so that way, backwards compatibility, there is no issue because technically this would be a PC that can play all your games that you've ever owned. And if you decide that you want to go get a disc and put it in a system, boom, it's already starting to play that damn game. No need for any type of updates from the internet. It should automatically play that game natively. That's what the next generation should be for Xbox. And if that's the way you want to go out with the big bang, damn well go out big.
Yeah, no, I mean that's why I think they will be going out big. I know that Cygnus is saying as long as PC exists, consoles will always exist. Console is a
No,
dedicated PC machine. No, and I don't agree with that
no,
because I remember that there was the discussion from when I wasn't even caring about PC in the gaming sense. Like some of my friends from years past that were PC diehards, they would never touch a console. How they always talked about, oh, discs matter. I would never go digital or anything. It was just like one of the first couple of games that came about that were disc only, and how the PC community bitch, moaned, and raved and complained. Look now, you would be hard pressed to go find discs for for games now on PC. And that change, if the same could be, and I mean, look at what happened with I mean, not with Xbox, but with consoles when it comes to the discs. More and more people are buying digital than they are
digital.
discs. So, what
Yep.
makes you think that that this younger generation won't be into digital gaming of some sort, especially when you can buy a TV that already has a PlayStation, um, uh, that could take you to, that could make you boot up into PlayStation and you can play your games natively through that TV, playing every PlayStation game that you have in your library, just like what Xbox is doing by adding Game Pass into those Samsung televisions. These are all premeditated steps in order for us to start winging us off of them spending so much money on this hardware. Because because consoles will never catch PC ever again, or even come close to what these PCs are doing now when it comes what these GPUs and CPUs are doing now. So it's I just think that because even when your phones are playing games and you can watch movies in 4K, what makes you think that people aren't, it's just the times is just different. Maybe not for us per se, but for the younger generation, nah. I mean, I remember when Ham was talking about his daughter and saying, and I remember he showing that picture of her playing on that tablet, bro. Like, and every time when you walk into a store, you go somewhere, these kids got a phone in their hand. They don't have a switch. I mean, you might see a few people with a switch, but they got phones or tablets in their hand. If that's how they're growing up on that, and if they don't like, and then like I'm hearing some people say that their kids don't even want to play a console or a PC because they say that's old folk stuff. Bro, the game has changed. The game is changing. So I'm just seeing the pattern. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. I just feel that everything is right there in our face, right there to see it. So I don't know. But anyway, especially when consoles are priced where they are. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're talking about still $400 to $600 consoles, you're right. There'll always be one. But we have our very first ever American, not something that you got to import like the Neo Geo machine, or
Right. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, that is $700. Our very first out of the big three consoles, that is $700, and that is a mid-fresh console. That is not what the new so if you think that new console is still going to be $700, you're fooling yourself. You know what I'm saying? I got some ocean property out here in Oklahoma to sell you. I can take you right up here to this place called Texoma, and it's the ocean. I'll just tell you it's the ocean. Just cut me the check. There you go. Anyway, all right, guys.
And don't forget, and since you went there with the Neo Geo being expensive as hell, let's not forget how expensive them damn cartridges was for the Neo Geo.
Bruh.
People talking about people talk about $70 price tag for games or
Yeah.
$80 or I'm spending $120 for the Ultimate Edition. I'm like, yeah, try buying a Neo Geo cartridge that was like $150 to $300
Yeah, I was
because
on
those
home
were
business.
weren't those 24-bit arcade
Yeah,
boards on those things?
yeah,
Yeah.
they were badass. I when I would go to
Mhm.
Emmanuel's house to go play on it, that you know what I'm saying, it was one of the most incredible consoles I've ever played on at that time. Like,
Mhm.
bro, and
And
then
it was an arcade in your house.
yeah, it
That's
was
what it was.
fantastic. Yeah, I love Jordan playing Forgotten Worlds and stuff over there, but yeah, nah, man, nah. And then so it just wouldn't happen. I mean, it's nuts. But all right, man, it's good to talk to you, Viper. Man, this is good stuff,
Yeah.
man. I mean, like I said, I'll be doing this every week. Giving my thoughts anytime that you're free, man. You can come on through. Anybody else, and maybe we catch Husky again. I know Husky was over there. He popped in for a hot second, but then he had to go before we started the show because I was the one running late. But
And that's why I had to do the quotes.
stop it. I'm gonna still blame it on you, Viper. Anyway, all right, man. But thank you so much, man, Viper. Where can they find you at, brother?
They can find me going to school and dealing with all that stuff, and I'm probably gonna be on tonight for I don't know. Um, I'm in the process of playing Chia. I'm in the process of finishing up Vampire Survivors because they got some new achievements on there. I think I got all of them right now, but
That's
they
still a
got some
game I
great.
have not played. Y'all guys lost y'all
Oh,
mind over that game.
damn! Vampire Survivors is addictive.
Mm, mm, mm.
My my library has gone up. Let's just say that I am now, oof, God, 1,600 games. Oh Lord.
Good
Yeah,
God. Good God.
yeah. My library is just like increasing like crazy, and I don't have as much time to play it. And then, of
Did you
course,
pick up Warhammer?
no,
Oh,
I didn't pick up Warhammer. I'm actually in the process of playing Age of Mythologies right now.
that's a game I
And
haven't even had a chance to get on yet. Too, I
oh,
really wanted to jump on that and play that. That looks so good.
oh, there's so many things. Let me see. What was the recent games I just bought? Because a lot of stuff is on sale now. Um, let's see. I bought Chia. I bought Beyond Good and Evil 20th anniversary, The Surge 1 and 2,
Oh yeah, I have
Ark,
them. Yeah.
Ark Survival Ascended, The Streets of Rage 4,
Oh
No
yeah.
Man's Sky.
Damn.
Um, oh yeah. Let's see what else. Beholder 3. I got 1, 2, and 3. Um, damn, Flashback, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, the whole thing. So I got 1 and
Oh
2.
yeah. Nice, nice,
Oh
nice,
yeah.
nice.
Because those were on sale like real cheap. Oh
Yeah, they
god, they
were
were on
real
sale
cheap.
for
Yeah,
cheap.
yeah, yeah. Because Spark and Zero is popping in next month.
And then Avatar Frontiers of Pandora was the ultimate edition.
Very
That
good.
one got cheap too. And I'm
It's
like,
a really
yep.
good game too.
hmm
I need to go back and
Uh,
finish it.
there was another game that was on Game Pass. I think it's still on Game Pass, but it was called Jusant. I bought that one.
Mhm.
And then
Oh
of
yeah,
course
the
I took
climbing game. Yeah.
yep. And then I also bought Suicide Squad when that went on sale, and I got the Ultimate Edition on that one. So that
Good
one
deal.
that one
That's
was
it's
on
such a
sale for
fun game, man.
20
Suicide
20
Squad is so
something
funny.
bucks.
Yeah,
20
it's
bucks for the Ultimate. Oh Jesus.
it's a great game. I like. Why are people hating on this game? This game is fun as hell, but whatever.
Oh, you know what? I'm just buying these because I know for a fact that when you talk about it, okay, I'm gonna give it a chance. But here's the thing, my ass is cheap, and I'm waiting for these sales to come
Oh
in. So,
yeah, yeah. No, I only really want the games that I know that I'm gonna play
mhm.
and put some time in. I'll go ahead and get them. But yeah, no, I definitely hit the cheap bins. I don't have no problem with it either.
Oh
So
yeah, I'm just like, oh no, it's Alex. I'm not spending money on something that I really don't need unless that
yeah, no,
thing
those
is
days is
way on
over.
sale.
Yeah, those days is over. With me double, triple dipping and all that other thing. And
Mm-mm.
I will double dip for Marvel vs. Capcom collection because I bought it. I got it on PC. Had a good
Oh, I'll
time.
get that on PC too. I'll
It
get that on
played
PC.
really really well. Me and Yobi, we had a couple of matches. I figured out how to you can pick and select what you can play online because I was just trying to play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 after playing
Mhm.
Clash of Heroes for a little while, and I was like, oh, okay. And then so yeah. But it's fun. It plays really well, and I was thinking I was going to get my ass just completely thrashed, but I actually did a lot better than I thought. But yeah, it's fun. It's
And
still fun to play those
it's
games.
just an arcade classic, right? It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
no deluxe version or anything like that.
Oh, well,
Because I'm
yeah,
looking on Steam right now.
yeah. They have all the hidden stuff that's in the game and everything. It's just like all those games that had hidden characters and stuff like that. Yeah, no. But it's just all of those together. It's such a great deal. It's well worth the money in my opinion. So, and if anybody that's not really big into fighters and looking for what to wait for a sale, do that. But get it. It's well worth it. It's good to see
And
those games back.
even Steam right now has the Konami publisher sale, and I'm like, ooh, this might be something good because the new Contra game that they just came out on consoles.
How
I
much is
bought that
that? I
too.
think let me sit there and when I talked to him the other day, he sit there and told me that he got that. How much is
Oh,
it?
I got it. I think it was like $20 or something like that.
Okay,
I,
okay,
I
I gotta
got
look
it
into
for
that.
20. I think
I
I
gotta
got it
look
for
into that.
20 or 15, but I think it's around that price for that new Contra game.
Okay.
I think it's called Operation Galuga or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then I mean on Steam right now, it's actually 39.99, but with it's 40% off at 23.99 on Steam.
Okay.
So like even like all of the Metal Gears on Steam, those are like those are on sale too. So if
I mean,
people love Metal
I
Gear,
got them trash ass games. Unless they patched them, I installed that garbage and then I uninstalled it the same day because it was so bad. It played so bad. So so maybe they patched it and it plays a lot better. But I'm no. Um,
mm,
yeah, I got finished beating Wukong last week,
I'm
and
waiting for that to go down in price too.
oh man, that game is so worth it. That game was so worth it. I'm doing actually I'm streaming the play. That's my second playthrough, so that should tell you how much I like it. So I'll be. I want to stream it tonight, but I said I'm going to play Warhammer. So I'm going to stream Warhammer because I haven't even booted it up. I don't even know what it looks like. So,
And
but
it's not as difficult as a Souls game. Is it like
no, it plays like Ninja. It plays like if you're playing Devil May Cry on hard or
oh,
Ninja
okay.
Gaiden or Ninja Gaiden.
Okay.
Now there'll be some bosses that'll kick your ass, but you can go back, level up, get stronger, and then come back and Now there was like three bosses that made me get really frustrated.
Mm,
One, he was a special boss that you can get if you wanted to get the perfect ending, which me, once I'm inside those games like that, I got to do it. And yeah, he beat me a good 70, 80 times. I was really pissed off, but once I beat him, it was well worth it. It was well worth it because that was a really fantastic sequence. But anyway, other than that, yeah, no, Wukong is the shit. Play a little bit of the First Descendant. I'm gonna be playing some college football this week. And then I'm gonna play some Mortal Kombat tomorrow night. So if you'll be still listening for Fight Night for Thursday, I'm gonna play some. I'm gonna play some of
which
this
Mortal Kombat?
expansion, Mortal Kombat One.
Okay, I got
Yeah.
that too.
Okay. All right. Okay. So
The
yeah,
only,
and
the only, the only fighting game I don't have, which the price has not come down yet because I'm trying to get the Ultimate Edition, is
uh-huh.
Tekken 8. That's the only
Bruh,
one.
bruh, Tekken,
I
yeah,
got,
man.
I got Street Fighter 6 and I got
Uh-huh.
Mortal Kombat 1 because their Ultimate Editions came way down
Came
in price
down.
at one
Yeah.
point. And
Yes.
then so I'm still waiting for Tekken 8's Ultimate Edition to come down in price, and then I can go ahead and
Come
hit
on
that
in.
lever.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you, especially not a fighter like that. But and I need to I need to play some Street Fighter at least tonight. Get a feel of Terry Bogard because he's in there. So and I haven't played Street Fighter in so long. I hate that because Street Fighter 6 is such a fantastic fighter. But anyway, me just ran going on, man. Thank you guys for coming through again. Let's look at what The grade is for the state of play, and we have 61% that said C, 20% that said F, 17% that said B, and 0% that said A. So this is far better than the reason why I gave it a B is because, for one, they showed Ghosts, and then there was some other games that I really thought that was really, really dope. And then um and then of course it was a much better showing than Sony's last state of play, which was probably the worst I've ever seen. It was the worst thing I've ever seen in probably all of these shows. And I mean, I'm taking it to where some of those PC shows on during E3 and stuff like that, where they can get highly boring. That PlayStation event showcase last time was absolutely horrid. So yeah, no, so yeah, so this was much better. So,
But wait a minute, K-Beck, hold up.
and I
Let,
don't, I try to find something good on
I know you try
everything.
to. I know you try to find
I
something
couldn't
good,
on that one.
but let's keep it 100. The only first party game that actually was new
Oh yeah.
was Ghost of Yotai. So that was the only one. Everything.
What's call it? I mean, I know they showed it again. But that game isn't out yet. The
Which
uh,
one?
um, Lego game.
Okay, so once again, new. We already. What did I say earlier? We
I got you.
already
I
knew
got you.
about all the stuff that was coming out. Okay, we knew about Lego Horizon, and that's going to be multi-platform. Hello. In addition to that, what was that? What else you showed? You showed the fact that you showed a game that has been out for about 2 or 3 weeks, and now you're saying there's free DLC coming, and you opened up the show with that for Astrobot. That was another fail. And then, of course, you showed a remaster of a game we did not need, Horizon Zero Dawn. So
Yeah, nobody needed that. Nobody needed that.
exactly.
It should have been a
So
free update, and yeah,
exactly.
not something that you charge you $10 for. So yeah, I
It,
agree with that.
so that is why so many people put the C on there, and I know some people put the F on there because of those reasons too.
Right.
But the only reason why it was redeemed to a C was because of Ghost of Yotai. That's the only reason why a lot of people said that was the only game from Sony that even made it worth it to watch the thing. Yes, there's a bunch of third party stuff that was on there, but the only game from Sony that was first party, Ghost of Yotai.
Disrespectful. All
No,
right,
it ain't
man.
disrespectful.
With that truth, with that deadly truth, I'll go ahead and I'll leave you with the last word, man. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate you coming through again. Uh, if you got anything else that you want to say on the way out, let us know, Viper.
Oh no, nothing. Nothing.
Okay, all right.
I
Thank you
spit
guys
that
so much.
venom for too much.
Yeah, you've been holding on to that rat venom, and you spent enough of it. You spent enough of it. All right, guys, thank you so much. Until I will be streaming later on tonight. So I hope you guys will come and check us out. I'll be on YouTube tonight, and then tomorrow I'll be on Twitch. So follow me on Twitch, KMega45. I'm going to start making my streaming debut on TikTok here pretty soon too. So hopefully you guys will join me there as well. So anyway, and of course that you can still see me here on Twitter X, and then come in and jump in. So what Richili said, I will ask my neighbor if they can give their PS5 for the weekend.
They not gonna see that PS5 anymore because you gonna steal that.
He said the man. Anyway. All right, guys.
He's
Have a
thief.
good one. Peace. Oh man. Oh man. I can't hit this outro. This outro is to the GRG outro. I can't do that.